Okay, so we're in the winner's bracket. Everyone has to stay in the lobby even after they're eliminated. Doesn't it auto-kick you from the lobby when the game ends? Okay, so presumably there's going to be a minor pause here. I suspect the other NA bracket, the other 8 players in the NA, who I can actually see here, it's BSJ, Savich, Dog, Hafu, Pokelols, Fan, Dyrus, and Starsmitten. These other players are, I think, still in their game. You'll probably be able to see that on the stream channel for the Twitch rivals. Hafu and Dog made it. Who else? 3 players left? Oh, like remaining, yeah. So, okay, so let's reevaluate where that went wrong. Well, in terms of decision making, because where that went wrong, you're never evaluating based on probability. You're always evaluating based on controllable factors, and stuff like probability and teammates aren't controllable factors. So we go to controllable factors. The first major thing is that we went Warlocks instead of Knights. Honestly, I don't know how to evaluate that. I don't have enough experience playing both builds to know which one's better. Part of our reason for going, did I say Warriors? I meant Warlocks. Part of my reason for going Warlocks instead of Knights is because Tide was going Knights. I think that single part of the reasoning is erroneous. I could have gone Knights, I just didn't really want to play a build I was less familiar with. Felt a little bit more risky at the time. It's too hard to evaluate that in this moment because I still just don't know how the builds compare. I'm gonna need to like practice both builds later to see if that was a misplay or not. Then what else did we do? There were some early game decisions that we could have min-maxed a little bit better. Like for example, picking up that Wind Ranger earlier. Maybe we could have gotten that PA out a few rounds ago. You skipped a lot of Medusas last game. Yeah, I could have gone for Medusa. That's true. Typically, I don't really like getting them as much early. Like if I have a Medusa too, I guess I can put it in over the Kunko. That was probably a mistake, but we didn't find Tidehunter. Ended up not mattering, but that's still an important mistake. Oh yeah, I forgot. MMR is actually being calculated for this. That's kind of funny. Dude, I forgot. Or actually, we're ranking up. That being said, that was like a night lobby. So maybe we're not really ranking up. I don't know. I think that game is a pretty good example of like why this game doesn't have as much RNG as it seems. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of RNG in this game. But I think a lot of people that look at this game as like this just RNG shitfest and it's like a lottery and it doesn't, skill's not involved. I mean, Tide's finished first, me and Amaz finished second and third, and then like all the Knight players finished under us. That's not necessarily an accident, right? Now, if we played like 100 of those lobbies, it wouldn't always align like that. But I mean, it did align like that for a reason. I don't know. I want to get better at this game. Because right now it feels like Tides, BSJ, and Dog are all like very, very good. And I think I'm definitely weaker than them. For sure, right now. Still need to get positioning down. I'm a lot better at just like the more abstract stuff, like build composition. Interesting start. I hate the start, actually. I really do hate the start. There's nothing I want here. I think Batrider is my preferred choice out of these. It can go late. Sometimes it's uncontested, so it's easy to get it to level 2. It's possible it's Clockwork. I've kind of grown to hate mechs, but Clockwork might just be better than Batrider. I don't know. Mech is kind of bad. Honestly, leaving the option open might have been better than Batrider, but I feel like you get so screwed if you commit to it and then don't find it. Dude, we're getting bad rolls. Holy shit. This is a disaster.
I bring an end to magic.
I think this is good. AM recently got a +5 armor buff, which makes him a bit better. Just stacking for these. And I think it's important not to underrate the Demon Hunter. Like, the Demon Hunter 1 is nice. If you assume demons are so good that every early game build runs one demon, which they typically do. Like, when you see Co-op, CK, or Shadow Fiend, you usually just slide it in. And the one of AM basically represents the same value as a demon, if they have a demon. Which, hey, I mean, that's pretty good. Everyone has demons. Yeah, we're fucked. Awkward. This is pretty bad. It's not really getting anything.
My spirit returns to flesh.
We can try for this. Going mechs at this point is kind of important. Like, when you get a bad start, mechs allow you to maybe just not lose every game. But honestly, we might just go for a bit of a losing streak here. This is a very bad start.
I run like a clock. There's no taming me.
Start got a bit better. Is Clockwork better here than Anti-Mage? I could go Treant, but I'd rather leave my options open. Going Bounty at this point is probably worth it, right? I think I'll actually give Morbid Mask to Batrider. I think selling something like Anti-Mage for Bounty is probably worth it. I want to keep the Shadow Shaman though. Like, getting a second level 2 troll is nice. And this was sort of a salvage. Like, we got a level 2 and a Shadow Fiend. That's okay. So, just going full bench, leaving our options open. We can check what other people are going pretty soon. I think you don't really gain anything from checking in the early levels, because people just pick for value and they don't really show what they're building. So we got the second night online. The last hero just doesn't really add anything to this.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
Second night and a Shadow Fiend just DPSing with 2 blades. It feels fine. We're kind of weak to Bounty Hunter. Yeah, he jumps on our Shadow Fiend. People are more likely to put Bounty Hunter in this corner, so I should actually switch the Shadow Fiend into Luna's positioning. Wouldn't have made a difference on a board like this, but it can easily make a difference on a slightly less good board. Tony is actually OP. These people are correct. We're ready to, like, maybe transition into mechs. I think the knights are just better, though. There's really nothing else on this entire pool. I think I'm going to sell something. Pump. +1 hero might make a difference here. I don't even know what to add, honestly. I mean, Shadow Shaman for troll buff is probably not worth it. Probably like an Ogre or a Clockwork is better. But I don't know, my Batrider is level 2 and it has Morbid Mask. Like, troll buff isn't useless. Oh my god, it actually literally couldn't get off the Hex. Putting it in front is probably a mistake. either way, I think. So we could hit a lose streak bonus, in which case we're less inclined to play aggressively for the early game, and we're just inclined to take our lose streak away. I think we're getting kind of pigeonholed into going trolls again.
There's no taming me. Master of beasts.
How much attack TB does this give? 30%. That's not that much. I don't know. There's a time and a place for experimenting with builds you're less comfortable with, and now is not that time. So we're just gonna go trolls or warriors all day. This game is going a lot less well than our first game was. In theory, Treants might have a higher chance of seeing play here than the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter was picked up early when we were thinking about maybe going into mechs, so we're hitting a lose streak now. So we're less incentivized to do stuff like pump aggressively. To get Luna to go Knights. We might go Knights this time. Ugh. This is so clunky. Holy shit.
I'm Rizrat. Don't touch me.
I don't think Tinker's worth it. I don't know. Goblin buff is really good. Dude, do assassins just jump randomly? Like, it just jumped to the clockwork. Furthest unit was Luna there.
Dr. Clinker.
Could go for interest by selling the ogres. So I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take double razor. Pretty much anyone is gonna tell me, Swim, you should take double razor. Swim, pick the double razor. Swim, I can't believe you're not picking double razor.
I bring.
I'm Rizrat. Don't touch me.
We don't mind continuing this lose streak. We might go into mages this game. I don't know. Mages feel like they got heavily nerfed. Like, I guess they're still fine, especially when you get 2 razors early, but... Stabilizing on a mage build isn't a bad idea. Could sell the clockwork here for interest. I really would rather keep the option open. Dude, we're just getting shit rolls. This feels bad. We have too much, like, backline damage. I don't know. Luna's 30 DPS. Abaddon's better than Luna. At this phase in the game, it might be, actually. I don't have enough experience with going Knights. Is this a comeback stream? It's possible. I think the mid-game RNG has a higher impact than early game RNG. Losing to Mud Golems is not what I'd call a good feeling, though. I mean, we can't go CK over Shadow Fiend, I think, here. Wonder how good mech buff is. Does the 4th Knight just make him better than Shadow Fiend? I really like Shadow Fiend, but 4 Knights is a big deal. I don't know. I don't know if we actually want to go Knights. We might go Mages. And if we go Mages, we need to keep the Shadow Fiend. Bunch of shit we don't need.
From my shadow guide, I bear a message of death for my enemies.
4 Knights feels like it literally has to be worth it over the Shadow Fiend. As much as I like Shadow Fiend. The problem is, if I want to get the items off, I have to sell him. And if I actually want to transition into Mages, doesn't feel as good. Probably should have put the items in the Luna. Luna's better DPS than CK. Go Knights Trolls. Like, we still have no DPS. We might get 8th here. Like, this is a very bad start. I don't even know how to come back from a start like this. We're gonna have to start turning this losing streak around now. Like 45% HP. It's pretty risky to stabilize in anything under like 30%. Pumping to 6 on 9. I don't feel that way on a losing streak. Yeah, this is a very unfortunate start. We got a really good start last time though, so it kind of bounces out. We can't even really go Alchemist, right? Might be better right now than Razor, just because it's level 1.
I'm the brains.
And I'm the brawn.
With bones and spells I come.
Level 2 SS? I don't know. I might be mistaken, but I feel like level 2 SS is better than level 1 Razor. With troll buff going on my other level 2 as well. That being said, I might be undervaluing Razor. I don't think we can transition into a mage build at this low HP, honestly. So, we have to sell the ogres to get into interest ranges. We have to start pumping here, basically. We can't lose any more HP. Second undead is actually really nice here. Close to a 3rd warlock. I don't know, we actually just have nothing though. Nah, it's 15, I fucked up. We got 3, yeah, with troll. We need to find the other troll and get him in. Knights Warlocks. Knights Warlocks sounds like a bad build. Sounds too defensive.
You died well.
service of Salamene.
It's a spicy roll, boys.
My bold lord.
So we got the 3 warlocks, we got the 2 trolls, we got the 4 knights. Still don't really have too much of a game plan here. I might sell the CK soon. Getting crit stick on Luna isn't as good though, since the bounces can't crit. To get 2 knights and go 4 trolls. It's a little early for trolls. It's too early for Naga. Maybe we should have pumped to 8. We just got nothing on any of those rolls. So if we're going trolls, what do we take out? Do we take out the warlock package or the knight package? We can, or do we just keep it like this? Like we're running 2 of either trolls, warlocks, or knights. We can't run all 3, it's impossible. Right now we've got the 2 undead with knights, warlocks. I just don't know if knights, warlocks is an actual build. In fact, I really suspect it's not. You can take out 1 knight for the 4 trolls. I'd put items on Troll Warlord there. There's no way that's more efficient DPS than putting items on Luna. And if we sell Luna later, then we can put it on Troll at that point. Especially with the Troll buff being applied to every unit. Putting items on Luna is like double the DPS as putting them on Troll is. I honestly don't think we have enough room in this build. This build is too tight synergy with tribals to fit into. I think we have to chill for now. I think our board wins against other boards now. We've kind of stabilized, and I think we now have to start playing for interest. Getting another Abaddon would be neat, but there's kind of nothing else that makes a difference. We just need to spend this time deciding what we're actually building. Yeah, this Luna's DPS is 150. It's nice to go Doom just to fulfill the demon criteria, but there's nothing I can take out on this board. Everything is either a Warlock or a Troll or carrying me. And Doom isn't even really part of the 6 slot. Like, if I pick up a Shadow Fiend, I might go Shadow Fiend. So...
In the service of Salamene.
Yeah, everything's better than Venomancer. Can't replace, like, Alchemist with it. That makes no sense. The question is... I mean, there's only one question we actually have to decide. So here it's round 20, which is Furbies. I don't think we change our positioning for Furbies. The only question we have to think about is whether going Warlock Trolls or Warlock Knights or Trolls Knights. It's kind of the same question we had last game. I haven't been the biggest fan of Trolls Knights, and we have kind of even less reason to do it this game than last game. Actually, maybe we have more. Like, the Abaddon plus the Necro is important, but Necro... I don't know if Necro can fit into Trolls Knights. Maybe I can run all three. Is that insane? I think my lose condition is probably Luna getting melted by like an assassin or AoE, so Ring of Health on her probably makes the most sense. She's my hard carry. She needs all the items. Troll's good stuff. I mean, maybe that's correct. Maybe my mentality just needs to be like the Troll's good stuff mentality. Theoretically, if there's enough magic on this board, I could think about double jamming Slark. BSJ looks like it's just orcs, good stuff. Dog is hard warriors. Dusa? Does Dusa do anything this early? I think Knights should probably be my priority over Warlocks. Okay, so we're up to our 5-game win streak. Sell a Batter Shadow Shaman? There's no reason to for interest right now. But, I mean, I probably will. Unless I find, like, a bunch of stuff. So we got the Shadow Fiend. In theory, this could replace the Alchemist. But honestly, the Alchemist for the front line plus the Acid Spray on, like, the Glaives is really important. And it can't replace the Necro either because we have the Undead tag. So Shadow Fiend just can't find a place into this build. And I think that's fine. When you're playing tight synergy builds, it's kind of harder for demons to find a place. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's still worth buying because we could see a bunch. I'll just pump preemptive. Like, if we see 2 more Shadow Fiends, then maybe we change our mind, but... I mean, honestly, the Acid Spray is just so good with this build because, like, we need the extra damage. We need the frontliner because we have Luna just being our DPS on the backline. Luna and Troll are our DPS, and we just need them to stay alive as long as possible. So Trump has fallen. Trump is out. Tides is almost down to our HP bracket as well. We have a winning streak. It's pretty important to preserve. We're hitting 3 gold per turn. That's what you like to see, boys. So we are 14 short, so we'd have to pump 4 times. I'm not going to pump 4 times for this level, although I might soon. Now that he's level 2, I think I might redirect this positioning. BSJ is just doing like a interesting stagger thing. So we're against Tides' board, which I think is scary because he's under pressure like us. So he's fighting for the board much more aggressively than normal people would. Looks like we still have this though. It's pretty close. Ooh, or maybe we lose. These bounces, holy shit. It's close. I thought she was gonna eclipse. Okay, so we might pump. We might pump to 9 here. We really want to keep our win streak alive. Whenever you can buy a Lone Druid, you kind of do. Lone Druid is just this good thing. Unfortunately, 2 more pumps doesn't do it. I think we need to play 1 more round without pumping. I really don't want to lose my streak to this, though. This would be really bad if we lost our streak to this one game. No point in Lone Druid, it's too late. I think it normally would be, but like right now, imagine what happens when we pump to 9. What hero do we put in? Lone Druid level 2 would actually be the best option, and if I can find one, it's worth it. I think we'd get out of Lone Druid coin pretty quick, but winning this one is going to be pretty important, but it looks like we lost. Okay, so this is pretty much the last one we can't afford to lose. We're not fast enough to come back from a position like this, honestly. Feels kind of bad. So obviously this is the creep round, which means we get a bit of breathing room, but we're still gonna have to start using our APM, I think, right? I don't think we have a choice but to start now, because we won't have enough time to complete all these actions. Not really looking for level 3 here. Hyperstone and Orb doesn't really change much, right? Level 3 Bat Rider might be a pipe dream. Maybe not. Level up Necrophos would be really good. Witch Doctor's not happening. Witch Doctor's not happening.
Here's pus in your eye. I am the rotten apple.
And he should be in front. We could lose at any moment. I think we've got a strong board. Just leveled up, what, 2 things? Put it on a Disruptor. I feel like we shouldn't really lose, but the fact that we could lose at any moment is pretty monka giga. Is this it? Is this it for us? When is bouncing? We got this. Is Loa more of a dream than Shadow Shaman at this point? Looks like it. Spread out. Spreading out here good. Not a dream after all, boys. I think I should spread out my 2 DPSers probably. Would be good. Might sell the Scylla at this point. I think the Scylla dream is now dead. We want to get into this interest bracket either way. I just want to stay alive longer. Like, I'd be happy if I finished top 4, honestly. If I was 4th after the start, I'd be pretty happy. So, me, Fan, and Tides are all at really low HP. Tides is out. Finished ahead of him. Feels fun. So I think how this works is then, like, I think, like, we just keep playing lobbies, and top 4 of both lobbies always just play the next lobby, and bottom 4 of both lobbies just play that together, right? I think that's how that works. So our back is really gonna... Oh shit, we missed an Abaddon.
The Stormcrafter comes, riding high.
Missing an Abaddon is kind of a big deal. My Necrophos should be more centralized. What's the radius on Death Pulse? How many blocks does Death Bolt reach? So we have this weird, like, Trolls, Warlocks thing going on. Trolls, Warlocks, plus Knights. We have... What are our Knights, actually? We have Luna, Abaddon, and Batrider. So a 4th Knight would be kind of neat. How neat would it really be, though? So what are we looking for? We're looking for a 3rd Troll. 3rd Troll could easily make a difference in a fight right away. And the fact that we're just 1 off of losing is not great. We should be close to a level 3 Loa right now. We should be 1 off, but we fucked up. We didn't pick it. So yeah, it's like a normal Troll Warlock build with just a Luna basically just added in for DPS, which I think is fine. The DPS Luna gets with like being 6-slotted plus the attack speed is nuts. Honestly, it might have been a mistake putting the last item on her, because now if I find a big item that doesn't combine with her, I can't put it on her. Like, let's say I find a Demon Edge. Actually, Demon Edge is a bad example, because I can actually combine that, but, you know. If there was a big item that I wanted to put. I don't know. What's my final hero? So we're upgrading Troll, we're upgrading Abaddon. What's my final hero? Just throw in a Tide Hunter?
The hunter feasts.
I think putting my 2 hard carries on like the peripherals probably makes the most sense. So Amaz is left skewed. I need to check out Dog's formation. 2 Hyperstones makes a Moon Shard, right? We have no Assault Cuirass here. No troll. No troll. No troll. Can you consume Moonshard in this? So the question becomes, what's the most important thing to put a plate mail on? It's an interesting question. It can't even fit on Luna. I think off the bat, like Necro. And maybe Alchemist? I don't know. We seem to have mostly stabilized. Yeah, we were gonna check out Dog's positioning and we forgot to. Back up to our win streak. Can you not have 9 items on a single person? No. Past the first 6, they don't do anything. These 3 slots are just like a relic from Dota. Yeah. They're inactive. Unless someone lied to me. So that's a really good shot. You see both the Troll and the Loa. This reminds us that we skipped the Loa before, which means we suck. So Dog has a Lycan on the left side. Amaz is no longer left skewed. They both have a unit on the left side. Which means I think our Luna wants to go far right and our Troll wants to go far left, I think. Makes the most sense. And we want something in front of the Troll. I think that is probably good. These help dodge AoEs, and the fact that 2 of them have a unit directly across here, in this square in front of our Abaddon, 2 people have a unit there, means Luna will start being able to attack immediately. I might have messed that up though. Holy shit, my Luna just got melted. Am I losing? My Luna literally died in 2 hits. Holy shit. That's bad. What the fuck? 6 health. That might be it, boys. I need to kill one thing. Okay, this TA is gonna kill us, I think. Level 3 Batrider cannot beat this TA. This TA is slotted, boys. Oh, never mind, we're good. Holy shit, dude. Dude, we actually won even after our Luna literally died before doing a single thing. That's kind of crazy. So now we're just looking for Loa 3. Pressure's on us. Like, I know some of you are probably screaming at me to save for interest, but I literally cannot here. Okay, let's check positioning. Disruptor in front. Beastmaster on the side. Maybe Luna needs to be more centered than this. I just need this Luna to start attacking immediately. Luna might be dead. Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Well, we made it pretty far. Not bad, not bad. Dude, are we finishing 5th? Man, that sucks. Losers bracket. Rip. We were very close to like 3rd or 4th there after that start. I'm fairly happy with how I played that. We got like the shittiest start. We still finished 5th, which is acceptable. Tide would have been huge. Think level 10 was big there. I mean, I would have lost. If I went to level 10, like, look at how that game went. Like, actually, think back. Remember that game where we literally just almost lost to TI? Like, imagine that game if we don't have a level 2 troll. Like, if the pressure's on us and we're 1 game away from losing, like, if we had pumped to level 10, I think we would have lost the game by that point. I don't know. Not finding the level 3 Loa really hurt us. That was obviously just like a really bad misplay. Tide is a bigger impact than level 2 troll. I mean, do I have a tide? If I pump to 10? I mean, that might have been the right play. I think level 1 tide is kind of overrated though. Like, a lot of times he doesn't even get his Ravage to go off. We had no real way to get, like, Ravage pumping items on him. I mean, how many rolls did we make? Because when we had like 2 different stabilization periods, right? There was the point where we stabilized at like 20% HP, and then there was the point where we stabilized at like 6. Ravage is also a really short stun. Prioritize control spells more. Would have gotten 4th if you hadn't passed on that Abbot. Really? I mean, the way that last fight ended, I don't think the level 3 Abaddon helps. Like, we got obliterated in that last fight. Sorry, we should be looking at their boards. I'm spacing out. I'm thinking about what we could have done. I mean, we could pump for Tide instead when we stabilize the first time. I mean, what else did we need to find at that point? We were looking for Loa, we were looking for Troll. Maybe it was the point where we found, like... We were looking for more than just those 2, right? I don't know. Maybe not pumping there did lose us that. Yeah, I could have seen myself pumping more aggressively. You easily might be right. How much gold did we actually have at the point where we were just rolling for those 2? Maybe we had enough. Watch the defender's perspective. Looks like Dog might be going out here. Big boat coming in. Ooh, maybe Dog has this huge Lich ulti. This Lich ulti. Oh, Dog, no. Yeah, Dog has this. And Amaz is out. So it's just Dog versus BSJ here. Man, we just haven't been offered like a good warrior start. We haven't really been able to go into warriors. Would you stand by the opinion that missing the 1 ABBA was your biggest mistake? No, not at all. Not at all. Missing the 1 ABBA might have been like the simplest mistake, Like, I mean, that's just a brain fart. Like, I literally just clicked next before I saw it. But it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. The big mistake is maybe not pumping to 10. Maybe choosing, usually, pretty much always in this game, when you're looking at the biggest mistake almost always happens in the first 15 rounds of the game, right? It almost always. It comes down to, like, your build path, right? That's going to matter more than anything else. I think in this case, our build path was maybe fine, but I don't know. It could have used some tweaks. I could have seen going deeper into knights than we did. Maybe trying to stabilize at higher than 20% HP. Maybe. Like, you think back to turn 1 of the entire game. Seriously, think about this. Look at turn 1 of that game. Do you guys remember turn 1? We saw Inch, Clockwork, and Batrider. And we picked the Batrider. If we pick the Clockwork, the game goes in a completely different direction, right? Like, our entire build gets redefined. It's arguable that was the biggest mistake of the entire game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if picking Clockwork is better than Batrider. I'm sure most people will say that it is because everyone loves goblins and mechs. They're okay. They're definitely okay. Let's watch Dog's board since, you know, he's the one at like 1 HP. Is he losing to Trolls? Is this it? Dude, he's out. Trolls have him. That feels bad. Rip Dog. Selling Luna and putting all your damage on Troll and putting in Tidehunter would have been better. That's a good point. Maybe. Maybe that works. I'm honestly not sure if that would have been better. Like, Luna is a significantly better DPSer than Troll. Like, a very significantly better DPSer. And it's level 1 Tide. It's definitely a consideration. I think that's a good point to bring up. At this point in time, I currently think that the level 2 Luna does more than the level 1 Tide. Probably. Attack speed does more on Luna, and damage does more on Luna than Troll. Like, especially with the Troll buff being applied to her. And the fact that Tide just, like, sometimes gets blown up means if I commit for that, in the games where Tide gets blown up, I just lose. I do personally think that the level 2 Luna was the proper play in that case. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure. Tide's not even giving me Naga buff there. I don't know. I mean, Tide is good, but how good is he really? Like, he has a chance of deciding games. Is Luna really a better DPS? Yes, by a really, really wide margin. Like, Troll is kind of overrated as a DPSer. So first of all, attack speed items don't do that much on Troll. Like, look at the items we had. We had... Is there any way to pull it up here? I don't think so. We had a Moonshard. We had a Crit Stick. Crit Stick is good on Troll, but it's better on Luna. I think it's better on Luna. There's almost a chance, because the glaives don't crit, there's almost a chance it's like kind of better on Troll, but there's no way. Like, attack speed is a better metric on Luna, and attack damage is a better metric on Luna. Attack speed on Troll is pretty overrated. Like, the thing about attack speed on Troll is you look at Troll, and this is just from Dota, right? You look at Troll Warlord and you're like, oh, if I've got more attack speed, I'll attack faster and then gain even more attack speed even faster, right? Like, that's the logic, and it doesn't really make sense. Right? Like, because attack speed caps at a certain point. Like, it scales really diminishingly. You can put attack speed on Troll, and he does get more attack speed faster, but he also caps out faster. And with the Troll buff that you have, and you're always running Troll buff if you have Troll 100% of the time, you'll always use at least the level 1 Troll buff. You're capping out on attack speed really early. If you put like something like a Moonshard on him, like Moonshard is so much higher DPS on Luna, it's not even funny.